Hi, this is Brad with Baker County Trash Pickup, CopperCreekCuts. In those jobs, I have been using pressure washers for about 7 years now, and I've never seen one like this. So the whole point of this video is to introduce you to the Giraffe Tools Grandfalls pressure washer series and hopefully answer the questions you might have so you can figure out if this is a product that would be a good fit for you. But first, let's go ahead and cover the installation process of mounting this to your wall. Now, your specific mounting procedure is going to be different depending on where you want to put this. I'm installing this in my father's garage, and he wants it mounted right over this toolbox. This is OSB, which isn't really great at holding screws, but it's not worthless. So I just drilled in 4 wood screws with washers on the left side of that bracket. Hopefully that'll be good enough long term to keep it in place. Positioning this thing on the mount, it isn't light, and the bigger issue than the weight is just that you can't really see what you're doing if you try to do this on your own. So I had to have my dad help guide me as far as moving it left or right, because I had no clue where I was in relation to the bracket. Now, if I could do this all over again, I probably just would take a 2x6, a 2x8, span it between those studs, secure that to the stud, and then put the bracket on that 2x8, whatever it ended up being. Another note, whenever you retract it, make sure you control it. Don't just let it retract and let go, because it will start spinning really quickly and could damage when it hits the reel at the end. You don't want that to happen. So in addition to that unit you saw us mount to the wall, it does come with a lead hose. This is a double female lead hose that has a strainer on the side that you will connect to your garden hose. This is the wand that comes with the Grandfalls. You can see it does include this soaper bottle. In addition to that soaper, you do have your standard red 0, yellow 15, green 25, white 40-degree tips. Another accessory that you can purchase separately from this Grandfalls unit is one of these short guns, short nozzles. The reason you would want something like this, let's just say you're washing a car and you want to get up underneath a wheel well, or you're working somewhere where you just don't have the room to put that wand. Maybe you're trying to clean some piece of machinery and you need to get in at a right angle behind something and that wand just won't let you. That's what these short nozzles are for. It'll run for a little bit longer than normal because it primes itself with the pressure, but then it'll only kick on when you pull the trigger and it senses a drop in pressure. So you could see those lines pumping up with the pressure. Now it's achieved pressure, so it's shut off and it won't kick on again until we use it. Something that's nice about the way that machine works, with a gas pressure washer where the motor is always running and the pump is always spinning, if you are going to sit for more than 30 seconds or a minute and not use the pressure washer, you really should shut it off for the safety of that pump. With this machine, the electric motor, the electric pump shuts off once it reaches its operating pressure, so you don't have to worry about it burning anything out. The only thing you'd really need to worry about is a safety consideration that this is fully charged and pressurized, even though that machine isn't making noise. That's one thing to learn when you switch to an electric pressure washer, is that you can still have danger without any noise. This is a real-time example of rolling out half of the hose reel, so about 50 feet. Kind of wanted to give you an idea of how much time it takes if you're going slow and taking your time. I still think it's a lot quicker than manually unrolling like a garden hose that you have rolled up somewhere, and of course putting it away is going to be a lot easier for sure. Attaching any of the accessories you do by screwing it in. There isn't a quick connect for the hose to the accessory, but it doesn't really take that much time to screw it in. And then the first time you use it, you want to make sure you bleed out all the air in the system before you power it on. One other thing I wanted to show you in this demonstration is how long 100 feet really is. You can get so far away from the machine and still have hose. Now, of course, it depends on your property. 100 feet of hose is not quite enough to reach the end of my dad's driveway, but you can see just how far away from the unit it really is. So depending on your property, that might be more than enough to cover most of the projects you could ever run into. So what's the final verdict on the Giraffe Grandfalls pressure washer? Well, a lot of that depends on you and what's important to you, but here's the things I like. There's no gas to worry about. I like that getting it ready to use is a lot simpler and quicker than wheeling out your gas pressure washer from whichever shed it's stored in. Because it's electric, you never have to worry about running out of gas, going to the gas station to refuel, storing the gas on your property, wondering if the gas in the machine has gone bad, wondering if the carburetor is going to give you issues when you try and start the gas pressure washer. There's a lot of advantages to an electric machine like this when it comes to simplicity of use. You just hook up the hose, turn on the water supply, turn on the machine, and you start using it. Obviously, if it's something you're going to use for work, this probably won't be a good fit for you because it's wall mounted. It isn't portable. But on the flip side, because it is wall mounted, if storage is tight, this might be a good option for you. Having 100 feet of hose means that as long as you're smart about where you place it, you can reach almost anything on your property that you need to. Again, obviously that depends on your property size, but if you're looking at something like this, you either have a smaller property where you can reach everything, or you're mainly going to use it for something like washing cars, which it did great at. We used it in the application you see here, washing a car. My wife and I also own a trash pickup business, so when we deliver trash cans to clients, we always clean them first. If you think that you're going to be pressure washing heavy-duty machinery frequently to clean it, this probably isn't the unit for you, but you likely knew that. I think this is a good model, consumer grade for basic homeowner tasks and for people who are going to do maintenance cleaning. Not to say you can't do extremely dirty cleaning with these. It's just going to take longer because of the gallons per minute that it puts out. If you think you might be interested, but you want to look at the other models that are offered, be sure and check the description and the comment for links that'll give you more information. You can also see the pricing, any promotions that are being run, any special deals. All that information will be in the description and the first comment, which will be pinned. At the end of the day, whether or not a machine like this will work for you is something that only you can answer. But I do hope that this video answered any questions you might have. If it raised any or you didn't get them answered, please leave them down below in the comments and I'll respond as quickly as I can. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.